Welcome to ESPN College Football, presented by Target. You're watching the American Conference on ESPN. And it's being called the most important game in North Texas football history. The 10-1 Mean Green hosting Temple in the regular season finale, looking to keep conference championship and college football playoff hopes alive. Navy beat Memphis last night to take the lead on first place in the American. But because of tiebreakers, Tulane and North Texas would play in the conference title game next Friday if each can take care of business this weekend. Number 24, Tulane, hosting Charlotte tomorrow night. Tulane and North Texas, also the leading candidates to represent the group of 5 in the CFP, according to ESPN Analytics. So it's possible the American Championship game is a college football playoff play-in game. Of course, all of this happening on the same week that North Texas head coach Eric Morris announced he's accepted the job at Oklahoma State at the end of the Mean Green season. Hi again, everybody. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving alongside Chase Daniel, former Missouri All-American. I'm Clay Matt. Victoria Petrie will join us in just a little bit. What a week. What a season it's been for North Texas football.
It's been a dream season for UNT, for everything that they've been going on this year. You got a red-hot coach, you got a red-hot quarterback, you got an 11-win season on the brink, and you're only 2 wins away from a potential CFP appearance.
And they've got the #1 offense in the country, led by not 1, but 2 freshman phenoms.
Absolutely. Drew Mestemaker and Caleb Hawkins. When you talk about the quarterback, he's the best one you've never heard of. You're going to get a great sample size today. He's extremely bright. He processes information better than most. And then go to Caleb Hawkins. To me, he is the true catalyst for an offense. He's leading the country in total touchdowns. He can beat you with strength or speed, and not afraid to run you over at all.
Over 46 points at 500 yards per game. They're going for win number 11 today. That would be a school record and a berth in the American Conference title game. We're happy to have him on ESPN. Let's go down to Tori.
Well, Clay, Eric Morris wanted to share the Oklahoma State news with his players personally, so he called a team meeting at 4 p.m. on Tuesday. His message to them was, I am not the reason you guys have had the season you have. You guys are. You've been making history all season, and you've got a chance to make history again today. With a win, you're the ones who get to tell your kids, I was on the first Mean Green team to get to 11 wins. He said the response from his players was fantastic, and the team had a phenomenal practice the next day, and he is all in on leading this team to a potential conference championship.
All right, Tori, thank you. Meanwhile, for Temple, how do they pull the upset and get bowl eligible today, Chase?
Well, the biggest thing is they can't turn the football over. They've only lost 3 all year. It's the second least in the FBS, and they must sustain drives versus up-tempo North Texas offense if they want any chance at upsetting the Mean Green today.
Here's a look at Casey Keeler. He's in his first year at Temple, 66 years old, no stranger to the state of Texas. Spent 11 years at Sam Houston, won an FCS national title there after winning a national title at Delaware over a long run. So there you see the American Conference Championship game clinching scenarios. Tulane, they're going to take on Charlotte tomorrow night. If they win, they're in. North Texas with a win here today in. Navy winning last night with a nice comeback in their second half, beating Memphis. They're going to need a little help. And the same with USF and East Carolina. So Temple won the toss, and they are going to receive. And that is no surprise, because this is a team that needs to possess the football today. A really good offense is going to be their best defense. They need to keep it out of the hands of Drew Mestemaker.
Absolutely. They have to start fast, too. That's the biggest thing for them. We got to come out the gates quickly. We have to score, and we have to get our best players involved early. We have to get our best plays called early. We cannot save them.
Temple 5-6, 3-4 in the American. They have lost 3 in a row. They've had some growing pains under Keeler. And with an upset again, they can be bowl eligible for the first time since 2019. They've had a couple of 1-point losses to both Army and Navy. Very close to being 7-4, but this is step 1 in a rebuilding process in Philadelphia.
Absolutely. They got to offensively need to score some points today, Clay.
Miguel Arenas ready to kick it off. Tyler Stewart and Hunter Smith are back deep to return for the Owls. Great to have you along on this Black Friday. Very busy day in college football, even busier tomorrow. And away we go from Denton. End over end kick. And this is going to be caught a yard deep in the end zone by Stewart. And the Owls will bring it out to the 25-yard line. Evan Simon, redshirt senior out of Mount Joy, Pennsylvania, a couple of hours west of Philadelphia. Over 2,000 yards passing and just one interception.
That's the biggest thing, Clay. Only one interception, tied fewest in the FBS. He's a really smart player. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. He's going to have to push the ball down the field early and often today to keep up with the Mean Green.
And that 24 number, as the passing touchdowns, sits as a school record. And happened last week against Tulane in the loss. First play from scrimmage for the Owls, and it's Jay Ducker going right up the middle. He is going to get most of the carries for the Owls today against this North Texas defense. Ethan Weslowski making his first tackle, probably of many. Number 32 is the leading tackler for the Mean Green.
And you're going to see them try in between the tackles today. The Mean Green is without two defensive linemen that are starters. They're going to try them to right down the middle.
Yeah, Bryson Hayes and Sadiq Clements both out up front for North Texas, as Kevion Mason gets a carry and takes it to the far sideline to the 40-yard line. Good start here for the Owls as they pick up a first down. They got down early last week to Tulane at home, lost 37-13, and again, can't afford that today, can't afford a track meet.
First two plays of the game, though, started exactly what they wanted to do, running the football, getting the guys and the ball in their playmakers' hands.
From the 41-yard line, Colin Chase in motion. They're going to stay on the ground. That's what's working early, and Jay Ducker spins ahead across the midfield stripe and picks up another first down.
It's not surprising, Clay, that they are continuing to run the football. When we talked to head coach Casey Keeler, said we have to control the line of scrimmage. They knew that Mean Green would probably be without two of their better defensive linemen, and this is working so far.
The run game ranks 11th out of 14 teams in the American at 145 yards per game. So far, doing well with the ground attack, and it's Jay Ducker again piling in that Mean Green front. He'll pick up 5. So it's second down and 5 for Temple on the opening series. There's Jay Ducker, only player Casey Keeler brought with him from Sam Houston. From the 44, second and 5, Ducker again, and he's got another first down. How about this Owls rushing attack? Just taking it right to North Texas.
Every single play has been a run, and this is what they wanted to do. Talking to offensive coordinator Tyler Walker earlier in the week, we have to control the line of scrimmage, and more importantly, we have to be efficient on first and second down. Second and 5 right there allows them to convert the third down, or excuse me, to convert the second down.
Temple averaging over 7 yards per play right now. And they're going to stay with what's working, and that's the run game. Ducker, not much this time as North Texas finally bows its neck and makes a stop. And bring up second down. Richard Outland, the defensive tackle, another Sam Houston transfer for North Texas. They have a bunch, 6 on this North Texas defense for coordinator Skylar Cassidy. He brought the entire defensive staff with him from Sam Houston. They were working for Casey Keeler last year.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of homegrown talent with Casey Keeler. Now they come up here with Skylar Cassidy.
Second down and 9. Simon wants to throw this time, and it's on target. Caught along the sideline inside the 25 to JoJo Bermudez, but a flag is down.
A little RPO. They might get illegal linemen down the field here, Clay.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 77. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Yeah, it's Diego Barajas, the right tackle.
Anytime you have an RPO or run pass option, You try to get your linemen to stay at the line of scrimmage or just 1 yard pass, but those big hogs up front, they like to get going. A big penalty already in field goal range and backing it up.
So they'll move it back to the 43. 2nd and 14. Here's Simon. Stepping up. Going deep, and it's underthrown. Colin Chase was trying to turn back toward the ball. It was behind him. David Fisher doing a good job in coverage. He won a national title with Keeler at Sam Houston last year. He's a cornerback now for the Mean Green, and it's 3rd and 14.
Talking about being efficient on 1st and 2nd down, the penalty does not help. They're 94th in the country in 3rd down conversions, just converting 37% right here. You're really not trying to look to get all of it. Just want to get to that 35-yard line, Clay, so an underneath completion or a check down will really help.
They're also so good on 4th down, one of the best in the nation, that this might be 2-down territory. They swing it out. Bermudez makes the catch. Puts his foot in the ground and tries to move around a defender, Trey Fields, but he's knocked down by Fields and Weslowski, and it's 4th down. And we'll see what Temple decides to do here on the plus side of the field.
Not the perfect play call at all right there. You throw it behind the line of scrimmage, almost like a little swing pass to the right. You got to push the ball down the field a little bit. Maybe some quick game, a 5-yard hitch, a 5-yard slant would give you field goal range, and then the penalty, and then the missed call right there. Temple Owls have to punt.
Dante Atten will come on to punt for the first time, a rugby-style kicker from Melbourne, Australia. Landon Sides is back to return for the Mean Green, standing at the 5-yard line. And this is going to sail over his head, and it's dead inside the 1-yard line. Tyler Stewart, the senior receiver, doing a great job on kick coverage. That's a 40-yard punt that is going to pin Drew Mestemaker and this Mean Green offense deep in its own territory.
A perfectly placed punt. Catching it right there. I mean, you can't get any closer.
We were talking with Casey Keeler and his staff this week, and he said that's one area we feel like we actually have an edge today, and that's special teams. So Mestemaker will bring the offense out. Redshirt freshman, the nation's passing leader, even though he never started a game in high school. 315 yards per game, 26 touchdowns, only 4 picks on the year. And straight ahead, that is Caleb Hawkins. We're going to be talking a lot about the Hawk today. 6'2", 200 pounds. True freshman from Shawnee, Oklahoma, 1,000-yard rusher. Now we've got our Temple Owl down as Caton Supernaut, the middle linebacker. There's a collision inside. Hawkins and Supernaut, they've crashed helmets. And Supernaut got the worst of it. Just managing the tempo of this North Texas offense for this defense of the Owls is going to be so important today.
That's the biggest challenge. They run a play every 23 seconds, Clay. 20th in the country, and it could be a lot higher in time per play, but they've been ahead in the 4th quarter quite a bit. So they've been able to slow it down a little bit in the 4th quarter, but this is what this air raid offense for UNT does, and at home you're in for a treat because they can go fast.
And he's up and off to the sideline. Good to see. Hopefully Supernaut will be able to continue here today. Drew Mestemaker out of Austin, Texas. Product of Vandegrift High School in Austin. Last time he started a game before last year's bowl game was as a 9th grader. Never started at the varsity level in high school.
How about that? 9th grade, and it was B team in the 9th grade.
Trying to get to the conference championship game and maybe the CFP. He's complete on his first pass attempt to Landon Sides. And he's going to get it across the 5-yard line. Jameer Jones, the nickelback, steps up, makes the stop, gain of 4.
When you're backed up inside the 5, the whole goal of the offense is to just get the first down. Once you get that first down to the 11-yard line, then you can really have some space to operate. And you see him already going fast up at the line of scrimmage, figuring out what play they want to get to.
3rd down and 5. That's Trey Williams in motion. Fake the handoff. Little tunnel screen, and that's going to be a 1st down. Caught and taken for 9 yards on the play. Wyatt Young. He dropped his first target last week and then proceeded to set a conference record in the American with 295 yards receiving. Wyatt Young is such a weapon.
He's easily their go-to guy. You're going to see him line up in the backfield, out wide, in the slot. They line him up everywhere, Clay.
First drive for North Texas, and another run, and this time Kiefer Sibley gets the carry. Actually, that was Hawkins, and he's going to pick up 7. 2nd down.
Already up at the line, going fast.
Play fake. Mestemaker avoids the rush, and it's caught. Midfield for Cameron Dorner. Free flight inside the 20. Cuts it back, spins, and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, North Texas. Cameron Dorner, 77 yards.
You want to talk about a quick strike offense? This is what they've been doing all year long. Cameron Dorner is going to come on an in cut. He's going to almost run into number 22, Landon Sides, and Drew Messemaker stepping up in the pocket. And then Dorner with the breakaway speed, 6'1", 195 pounds, 6th total touchdown of the year, 99 yards, Clay, in less than 2 minutes.
'27th touchdown pass for Mestemaker, and because of the talent of the receivers, this is how Mestemaker accrues so much of his yardage.
Yeah.
The receivers are so good at breaking loose at the next level.
Well, it's the yards after catch, the run after catch, the rack or the yak. We're looking here to see if Cameron Dorner knee is down. It's where that ball is. Obviously, when the knee is down, that's what they're going to take a look at. Live, it looked like he probably got in. This is hard to see, this angle. He's reaching for the goal line. Remember, they called it a touchdown on the field.
Mark Larson is our replay official. Our rules analyst today is Jerry McGinn. Jerry, what are you seeing?
So the ruling on the field, as Chase said, is a touchdown. In order to overturn it, they're going to need indisputable video evidence that the ball was short. And every look that we have, it looks like it's good. It looks like it's a touchdown. They're going to have to stay with the call on the field.
And this is probably the best angle. Correct, Jerry? We're not seeing any other angles, but the angle from behind gives you a little bit of a better view on if he's in or not.
It does. I mean, his knee goes down, but at that point, it appears that the ball has broken the plane of the goal line, and the official is right there. He is focused in on it. I'm going to go with the official on the field. And the rule of thumb is that the official on the field is correct. So they need something to disprove that. We don't have it.
Well, if this holds and is a touchdown, it's going to be the second 99-yard touchdown drive of the season.
It is a touchdown.
And it will stand. 5 plays, 99 yards in under 2 minutes. As North Texas has scored on its first drive in 9 of 12 games this season. They are quick strike. They put you on your heels quickly.
Well, they've also had 3 double-digit come from behind wins, so they can win coming from behind as well. Last week in Rice, they weren't able to score. They're not messing around today.
Here's Kali Nguma for the extra point. That's a good point. Yeah, they got behind 14-0 last week at Rice, and to come back from their largest first half deficit of the year. But today, no problem getting started early. Dorner 77 yards, and Mestemaker has another touchdown to notch his belt. Win today, and North Texas is in the conference title game, and Cameron Dorner with his 6th touchdown of the year on a 77-yard touchdown reception.
Well, Temple told us coming into the game, Clay, they wanted to play man-to-man. Dorner's up there on a nice little in cut, and anytime you're playing man-to-man defense, anything out the back end is exactly where you want to go, and then it's just a foot race. You can see there's nobody else left because they're playing man-to-man coverage, a 77-yard house call. Mestemaker already with 90 yards passing.
I don't know if you'd noticed at the bottom of the screen, Eric Morris following that play, just sprinting down the field. He is jacked up.
He was jacked up, wasn't he?
Of course, Eric Morris calls the plays, and he will at Oklahoma State next year. The Cowboys, by the way, ranked last or near last in the Big 12 last year offensively, ranked 2nd from last in the FBS this year at 14 points per game. You think they're excited to get him in Stillwater?
They're going to be scoring a lot more than 14 points per game. It's a new innovative spread offense. He's my age. We played him against when he was at Texas Tech at Missouri. Big 12 guy through and through.
How'd you do against him?
2-0.
Here's Jay Ducker in the backfield, but Simon is going to keep it. The quarterback is wrestled down. Now back to the line of scrimmage. Trey Fields, the middle linebacker. And again, a former Sam Houston Bearcat, played for Casey Keeler. That guy right there has missed only 4 tackles all season.
Yeah, they work on fundamentals every single day. Blocking and tackling defensively is what Skylar Cassidy to the DC told us. Every single day it's about fundamentals.
Play action. Here's Evan Simon to the sideline. A little contact. No flag. As David Fisher again had good coverage in their secondary. Kajaya Holloway, the #1 receiver for the Owls, the intended man.
That's what North Texas does defensively. They put their corners on an island. David Fisher and Davion Armstead, they're going to be one-on-one outside. So if Temple wants to take a shot, that's where you go on the outside. But back-to-back passes after you had such good success running the football early, and another 3rd and long here for Temple.
Best pass defense in the American Conference, North Texas. They're going to rush 4. Simon loads it up. Floater down the middle. Great adjustment and catch for JoJo Bermudez. He is a dynamic athlete, battling there to make the grab, and did in plus territory to the 42.
Evan Simon honestly gets a little bit lucky, gets hit as he throws, and JoJo Bermudez is able to stop mid-track on a post route and come in and handle it down. But as you see, he's not even able to get the entire throw through, and a big 3rd down conversion.
Second year with the Owls after 3 at Rutgers for Simon. Great leader. He has one of those coveted single digits on his uniform. At Temple, they give those single digit numbers to the leaders, and Colin Chase is one of those, and he's going to pick up a handful. Patrick Smith-Young makes the tackle, a gain of 3 for the Owls. Evan Simon started 9 games last year. The Owls won 3 of them. So Casey Keeler decided to bring in Trinidad Chambliss from Ferris State, but Ole Miss swept in and scooped him up. And Keeler brought in Giovanni McCoy to compete for the job, but it was Evan Simon who won it. And he's going to keep it himself here, maybe a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and about 7 as we go down to Torrey.
Well, Clay, Evan Simon told me that them bringing in Giovanni McCoy was the best thing that ever happened to him because it pushed him to be better. He was so determined to win the starting job that he slept in the building for 6 weeks through the team's Week 5 bye. He wanted to show his teammates that he was the guy for this job, but he said the biggest thing that it gave him was confidence because he knew he did everything he could to win this job.
Yeah, he threw 6 touchdowns week 1.
Yeah.
And pretty much it's been his job ever since.
He has a 6 touchdown game and a 5 touchdown game, Clay.
He's got his team on the right side of the field again, inside the 40. That is complete at the 25-yard line. Holloway has a 1st down as the Owls are moving the football. That's a pickup of a baker's dozen.
Already 2 long conversions on 3rd down. Just an out route to the short side of the field, and these corners who are on an island. David Fisher just playing with a little bit too soft of coverage there. And a nice drive on back-to-back possessions for Temple.
And trying to get points this time. But, you know, we saw him primarily run the football with success on the opening drive. Now going to the air a bit more. Hunter Smith in the backfield. And they will go back to the run with Smith, and he finds some room, hurdles a tackler, and gets inside the 10. Hunter Smith, the #2 running back for the Owls behind Ducker, gets 16. 1st down and goal to go Temple.
Ducker and Smith are a 1-2 punch. Really nice job. Patience by Hunter Smith, seeing the hole open up. He's their deep threat. He's the one with long speed that can go. And you see the athletic ability with a hurdle early in the game, knocking on the doorstep here in the red zone.
Smith again back there. And they'll stay with him. He's going to try to win a race to the outside, and he gets to the 5. Tyler Walker, the offensive coordinator, when we talked to him this week, he said, it pains me that we haven't been able to run more effectively this year. Last year, he was the offensive coordinator at Montana State in the FCS, and they led the FCS with 294 rushing yards per game. It hasn't been that kind of year. But here they at the 4. Look at this game.
Yeah, they started off really well, running past it. He said tasks to score at least 5 touchdowns versus North Texas team, because that's what it's going to take to win the game.
Here's Simon wanting to throw, incomplete. A lot of coverage on that near side. Ryder Cush was the intended man, but there were 4 green jerseys all over him.
They do a pretty good job, Clay, scoring on almost 90% drive in the country.
called here.
I like it. Make sure you're in the right play, especially if you're going for it.
Yeah, Casey Keeler is going to ask for his first timeout. So Evan Simon moved the 73 yards. 73 yards. Can they get a payoff down 7 here in Denton? Back here in Denton, we apologize for some of the technical difficulties you may be experiencing as it's 7-0 North Texas. The Owls have it 4th down and goal from the 2. 10 plays, 73 yards so far. Temple had a great week of practice. Of course, had to travel on Thanksgiving. Their plane didn't get in until after midnight last night because of some issues. But they've come out here to play, and a win today will get them bowl eligibility.
Yeah, they didn't even get a Thanksgiving dinner last night, Clay. They got in late, having to wake up, having to score a lot of points to survive in this game. They've had a really balanced attack, 61 rushing yards, 51 pass yards. No bigger play than this 4th and goal.
First drive, 8 plays, had to punt from inside North Texas territory. Can they cap this big drive here? Throw to the end zone. It is caught. Ryder Cush, the tight end, back of the end zone, makes the grab. The true freshman from Canada.
What an answer by Evan Simon and this Temple Owls offense. An RPO, get Simon on the move, throws a back shoulder corner route, and the true freshman, 6'4", 250 pounds, Ryder Cush with his 3rd touchdown of the year.
Touchdown pass number 25 for Simon. And a great response for Temple as Carl Harden comes on for the extra point. And it's good. Tied at 7 with 2:42 to go in the opening quarter.
Evan Simon going through the air, only thrown one interception all year long. And the Temple Owls are in it here at North Texas.
Well, coming up on ABC at 7:30 Eastern, we cap the night with the 120th Lone Star Showdown between number 3 Texas A&M, number 16 Texas. Of course, it's also available on the ESPN app. A win for Texas A&M, and they're in Atlanta in the SEC title game. 7-7 our score, 2:42 to go, first quarter. North Texas trying to win 11 games for the first time in program history. And a win today would put them in the conference championship in the American next week, Friday night on ABC. And the Mean Green offense ready to get it back. This is returnable. And look out, here goes Simeon Evans. Former Sam Houston Bearcat down the sideline. Great return. It's not like this offense needs any help, but boy, he sure gave it to him. Putting it 61 yards downfield, and they're going to start at the 25.
Simeon Evans showing his long speed. Really nice job blocking on the outside by both of the return guys. And off to the races.
Actually mark him back at the 34, but what a return for Simeon Evans. And now here comes North Texas after that 5-play, 99-yard drive in just under 2 minutes last time out.
Doesn't hurt that you're averaging 19.8 yards per play. And you mentioned it, not like they need any more help.
Mestemaker spins, inside handoff. Caleb Hawkins tumbles just short of the 20-yard line. Best freshman running back in the country gets a dozen. He has 103 rushing yards per game this year. That leads all freshmen in the country. They are going with tempo, and it's Hawkins again. And he is hard to bring down.
He's a bowling ball. 6'2", 205 pounds. Most impressive thing is how well he keeps his feet. It's called contact balance. When he gets hit, he never goes down. And this is where they use him. When you're getting into the red zone, this is what makes this air raid offense a little bit different than most you see. They rely purely on the run at the start of games and then throw it at the end, and they run it really well.
You saw the broken tackles for Hawkins as he splits out as a receiver to the bottom of your screen. He can also catch it really well out of the backfield. From the shotgun, 2nd down and 9. Looking over the middle is Mestemaker. It is caught on the run by Wyatt Young. He has 100 yards receiving in 4 of the last 5 games. He's out to a good start. That's his 2nd catch, a gain of 16.
Slot receiver one-on-one with a linebacker. You're going to take it every single time.
Look at that, just muscling into the end zone for the touchdown. Caleb Hawkins, his 20th rushing touchdown of the year, and North Texas wastes no time getting back on top.
Straight through the middle. That's their 41st rushing touchdown this year, Clay. So when they get into the red zone, they rely heavily on Caleb Hawkins. The run game creativity right there, they just went straight down the middle.
That's a program record for Hawkins, passing his running backs coach Patrick Cobbs for most touchdowns in a single season. 4 plays, 34 yards, and so just 9 offensive plays run for North Texas here so far.
I was just about to say that. 9 offensive plays, perfectly executed. Only faced 1 third down in these 9 plays, and Wyatt Young on the inside. And then the touchdown run by Caleb Hawkins, and really like their thought process on getting Wyatt Young matched up versus these Temple linebackers who's not used to seeing a guy like Wyatt Young and a receiver like Wyatt Young in space. Was able to cross face, and Caleb Hawkins, he is the bell cow for them. This run game, this is what separates North Texas from old North Texas teams.
There you can see he's sitting right next to his running back coach, who he just passed.
Yeah, how about that? I remember watching him when I grew up. Patrick Cobbs, he's a legend around these parts.
Arenas' kick is going to go into the end zone. And Temple will come out to the 25 again. We'll kick off your Week 13 NFL Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern with the Countdown crew on ESPN and the app. And we're going to have a Week 13 Monday Night Football matchup too. Drake May and the AFC leading Patriots, winners of 9 straight, hosting Brian Burns and the Giants, 8 Eastern time on ESPN. Peyton and Eli on ESPN2. Coverage kicks off with NFL Live at 3 Eastern. Clay Matvick, former NFL quarterback Chase Daniel, Torrey Petrie down on the sideline. And you know, you got to feel right back at home here in these parts. You grew up about 20 minutes from here.
The Tex-Mex is great.
Simon rolling out. He's going to keep it. Picks up a couple of yards. Good to see your family on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, Mom and Dad were able to get up into the booth and see the setup, and they're right below us. I can see them watching the game, and glad to have them out here. But, you know, Clay, with this Temple offense, right, you're already down 7, first quarter. As a quarterback, you can't get it all back on one play. You have to continue the game plan. They've been really well balanced early. Just stick with the game plan.
A little over a half minute to go here in the opening quarter. There's another pass complete for Simon. And there's Holloway. It's going to be very close to a first down. It's going to depend on the spot here. And just short, so 3rd and inches.
First and second down efficiency. I really like what Evan Simon is doing here today, just taking what the defense is giving you. We told you that North Texas likes to put its corners in one-on-one matchups on the outside. And when they're playing soft, just these underneath out routes have been well. And we're going to wait till the quarter to talk this over.
Well, the #1 offense in the country is living up to all the expectations. North Texas has been explosive, but Temple hanging right in there. We've got a football game, very important one in the American. 14-7 Mean Green after 15 minutes. Temple down 7. Torrey Petrie caught up with Casey Keeler moments ago.
Coach, your offense has been able to move the ball pretty well here. What do you need to do to keep that going?
We can't make mistakes. I mean, we had a first down, had a legal man downfield, took us out of our normal rhythm, gave them the ball back. You can't give these guys the ball back. So offensively, we need to chew time, get sevens. Those mistakes are going to kill us. Their offense is so good, you just got to try to score sevens every time you can.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Well, they did that the last drive. 11 plays, 75 yards, scored a touchdown after 5.5 minutes. Simon with the carry here and picks up the first down. Can they keep it on the ground? Can they run it effectively enough? It's been a problem most of the year.
Well, and you hold the ball almost for 11.5 minutes in the first quarter. You can't execute their game plan much better. They just have to continue scoring points, not settling for field goals or punts.
Now, right now, just hammering the time of possession. Another jet sweep for Colin Chase. And he is going to get across the 40, close to the 45-yard line. Colin Chase, solid junior route runner, transfer from St. Thomas in the FCS. But you can see, not just as a receiver, they like using him on the jet sweep, sometimes right out of the backfield.
He's elusive and super strong. He's their most explosive guy, and sort of their Swiss Army knife, can line up in the backfield, in the slot, out wide, even sometimes at quarterback, and they like to get him the football.
Chase is going to line up in the slot on the right. Simon out of the shotgun, second down and 4. Another handoff. It's Jay Ducker again. Ducker has the first down. There's a guy who has played a lot of football, Jay Ducker. This is his 4th program. He was the MAC Freshman of the Year at Northern Illinois in 2021, a couple of years at Memphis. Played at Sam Houston for Coach Keeler, and then followed him to Philadelphia to play for Temple.
He's a guy who they really enjoy running the football in the backfield. Coach Keeler called him the steadying force of our offense. Can sort of do it all out of the backfield, run in between the tackles or outside as well.
Here's Ryder Cush running out in motion. The tight end. It was a touchdown here in the game. They swing it out. Ducker bobbles it, and it's almost picked off by Ethan Weslowski, the Sam linebacker. He got his hands on it.
Evan Simon's going to want this one back. Colin Chase is streaking through the middle of the field, wide open on the other side of the linebacker. Decides to check it down instead, and you got to take these as much as you can when they're wide open in the field. Just not putting the ball in harm's way.
Hunter Smith checks in the backfield. He'll get the carry on second down, and not much there as he's tackled from behind. No gain as Kevion Huddleston, a TCU transfer, makes the tackle. And so it's 3rd down and 10.
North Texas on defense, they have not come after Evan Simon on the first couple 3rd downs. You got to wonder if Skylar Cassidy is going to come after him at some point, put Evan Simon in a tough spot.
The game clock stopped during the play. Please reset the game clock to 12 minutes and 38 seconds. It will start on my signal. Correction, 12:28.
So they're going to take some time off the clock to 12:28.
Something the Mean Green has done better than many teams in the country is taking the football away. They forced 24 turnovers. That's number 5 in the entire FBS. Although in the last 6 quarters, they have gotten none.
Yeah.
This would be a good time for one. Bring the pressure. Man-to-man outside if you're Evan Simon taking a shot.
And here is Simon dropping back to throw. Loads it up to the sideline, off a helmet and out of bounds. David Fisher has been active in the secondary for North Texas.
Call this staying in phase with the receiver 1 versus 1. Fisher gets his eyes back at the last minute, and so often you see defensive backs run into receivers on underthrown go balls. He's going to want to see that one back in film and like that, because that is perfectly in phase with the receiver, doesn't run into him.
I don't think this defense gets enough praise because everyone's always talking about the offense, but the defense has been really good this year as well. There's another punt for Dante Atten down to the 1-yard line, and it's Tyler Stewart for the 2nd time getting down there on kick coverage and pinning North Texas D.
Presented by Target, where game day meets the holidays.
I don't see any turkey on those plates. I think that's ham.
It's all the mac and cheese.
North Texas having Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, staying away from the turkey and the tryptophan, we assume, because the offense has been explosive. And there is Eric Morris. 9 total plays. One drive went 99 yards. And now they're backed up again. This would take 99 yards to score again if they get in the end zone. Caleb Hawkins will get the deep handoff, and look at him go. Caleb Hawkins, the freshman, out to the 27-yard line. Jalen Castleberry, the physical veteran corner, was able to bring him down and keep it to a 26-yard run.
You can see why they like him so much. Just a unique blend of size and speed and agility. He's really hard to bring down in open field. He also has the long speed to score.
Eric Morris, third year and last year's head coach here at North Texas, the play caller. Mestemaker has been complete on every pass so far today. Is that caught? Yes, it is. Miles Coleman, Mestemaker's former high school teammate, makes the catch. That's another 26-yard gain.
Miles Coleman, 5'6", 159 pounds, turning the guy around. And they might challenge this to see if the foot was in.
Completed pass is under further review.
And they're going to look at it again. Miles Coleman appeared to make that catch. He played Pee-wee football with Drew Mestemaker in Austin, Texas. Did he get a foot down?
Looked to me like he got 1 foot down. Controls, sort of bobbles it, re-catches it. Ooh, that's going to be tight.
Jerry McGinn, our rules analyst, watching with us today. Jerry, what do you see?
Well, I agree with Chase here. At first, it appears that he has control of it, but then he had to catch it again. So he lost control, he grabs it, and when he does that, his right foot hits OB. So they'll reverse this to an incomplete pass.
And that would be the first incompletion for Mestemaker today. He has been on target with everything so far, and you can see the chemistry that he and Coleman have. Even though this is likely going to be overturned, that has become a pretty good combination as well. You think about Wyatt Young being the leading receiver, but Coleman has been having an impactful year as well.
And Dorner as well, Landon, I mean, all these guys, all of them are feasting. Miles Coleman, sort of their speed demon out there. A lot of speed, and not only go back to high school with Drew Mestemaker, they played youth ball together. So that connection's there. And if this is what we think it's going to be, an incomplete, that was quite the route by Miles Coleman. Mestemaker just a little bit late throwing that.
Coleman helped.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. The receiver had control of the ball.
Wow.
Whoa.
It's a bit of a surprise.
Was there not enough evidence to overturn it? Because it definitely looked to me as you're double catching it, and then at the time of the double catch, is the left foot still down?
They're going to say there was a little space there between the toe and the white line,
I guess.
So a catch for Coleman of 26 yards, back on the plus side of the field. Mestemaker again to Coleman, and trying to spin around after making that catch. Can't stay on his feet. It'll be a yard gain, as Mestemaker is 6 for 6, 133 yards through the air so far.
12 plays, 14 total points. Last week, First Rice, 55 plays, 56 points. So they're on pace for another one of those games, Clay.
2nd and 9. Mestemaker twirls it out. Coleman again. 3 in a row to the 31. Coleman helped influence Mestemaker to come to North Texas. I mean, going back to their youth days, got him here on campus, and now he's turned into a star, just like this guy, Hawkins. Nobody's going to touch him. Touchdown. Second rushing touchdown for Hawkins. And making it look way too easy.
Another 99-yard touchdown drive. The Mean Green have 232 total yards on 14 total plays. And if you're Temple, you're doing everything right offensively and special teams-wise. You just can't hold up defensively. How do you stop this offense? They can do it on the ground. They can do it through the air. Really impressive to watch this in person.
(21-7). 10:09 to go in the first half. North Texas controls its own destiny. They want to get into that conference championship and a college football playoff berth. So far, so good in Denton on this Black Friday. Here's our target drive recap. 5 plays, another 99-yard scoring drive for the Mean Green. And they have done a bunch of these this year. This is their 34th scoring drive of 2 minutes or less. And it's Hawkins with a second touchdown of the day.
3 drives today, under 2 minutes or less. 14 plays, averaging almost 17 yards a play. If you're Temple, I honestly... more box because today 7 rushes, 80 yards. We said early in the game he is the true catalyst of this air raid offense. Everything goes through him. Messamaker obviously doesn't have an incompletion, but Temple's got to find something to stop these guys.
Fair catch. You know, it's a version of the air raid that is very different than what Mike Leach, the late great Mike Leach, used, what we've seen Cliff Kingsbury use, Dana Holgerson, you know, all of these guys. It's more run-based and, I mean, balanced. We're seeing great receiving. terrific run game, and then, of course, Mestamaker taking advantage of the passing opportunities.
And I think the thing that stands out most to me, Clay, is the run game creativity. It's not just you're running inside or outside. They're doing all sorts of things. 3 guys in the backfield, misdirection, and that's something that head coach Eric Morris said, this is what I want to make mine. This is my air raid. We're going to be a run first. We want to run for at least 160 yards in a game.
Temple's had some ball control offense here today, but it really hasn't been enough so far. Kevion Mason gets that carry. Their touchdown drive went 5.5 minutes on 11 plays. They need something like that again.
And I know it's early, under 10 minutes to go in the first half. This is a very important drive for Temple. They cannot go down 21 points. You have to get points at some point in this game. This team is not made to come from behind. They protect the football. They run it. They've controlled the clock, yet still down 14.
Push the tight end in motion, and they go back inside with Mason, the true freshman. Doesn't have a lot of carries on the year. That's his 24th of the season. And it's 3rd and medium for the Owls. We've talked about 3rd down not being great for Casey Keeler's bunch, but you know, this might be a situation now where they have to start thinking about 4th down has to be in play on almost every possession.
Yeah, I mean, especially once you get to the 40, your own 40, your own 45. This might be a little deep in the territory. Got 2 receivers at the top of your screen. There's a too high safety look.
Can they pick up enough to make 4th down a consideration? Chase goes in motion. Throw. Simon has it picked off. Davion Armstead. Back to the 31. Davion Armstead, one of the former Sam Houston players who came to North Texas. The interception and the return to the 31, the 25th takeaway on the season for the Mean Green.
Davion Armstead, really nice job to the slot nub tight inside. He gets 3 receivers. They're in the single high safety look. He's able to come over top. Like you said, 25th turnover of the year, or takeaway, excuse me, and Evan Simon, only his 2nd. He's done a really nice job all year long protecting the football. But this is a feast and famine North Texas defense who thrives off taking the football away.
And now the fans waiting for the Stone Cold Steve Austin takeaway celebration as Mestamaker rolls out, pumps, flips it to Hawkins, makes a move, cuts it back to the middle. Now back toward the corner and gets down to the 5. These guys in open field running with the football, it's something to watch. That's a play of 24 yards.
And you don't see Mestamaker do that very often. Extending plays, creating space. He doesn't take a lot of sacks. He has a really unique feel in the pocket when pressure's getting to him. Able to find your check down. Hawkins already over 100 total yards today, and this is where they just pound the rock.
Wyatt Young in the backfield with Hawkins. Hawkins gets it, slips out of a tackle and stays on his feet. Then is crushed by Supranunt. Good to see him back on the field after getting shaken up earlier in the half. It's a loss of 3.
This Temple defense led by defensive coordinator Brian Smith, who spent 8 seasons on Rex Ryan, New York Jet staff. He likes to mix it up defensively. You have to, though, versus this team, you have to play man-to-man outside. You have to stuff the box with defenders, really stop the run first.
Wyatt Young got the snap, and he is going to be wrapped up. It went direct snap to the wide receiver, Wyatt Young, a former high school quarterback, and Russell Sykes was having none of it. So now it's 3rd down and goal to go.
3rd down and goal.
This is Wyatt Young time. Number 10. We haven't talked a whole bunch about him. He's the quintessential slot receiver for an air raid team.
He might be the best athlete on the field, too.
He's really worked hard getting his speed up. Route tree has developed.
And we're going to have offside. Penalty on Temple, and the Owls can't afford these today.
Offside. Defense number 25, unabated to the quarterback. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Cameron Stewart, you always expect him to have his ears pinned back in a passing situation. Tied for second in the American with 10.5 tackles for loss, but he was offside that time. And
first time we've called his name. This was a key to the game for me. Can Cameron Stewart get home? And here we are at the very top of your screen. Wyatt Young. That is who they like to go to. These stacks and bunches.
third down and goal. Estemaker throws it back across, and it is juggled. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Touchdown, North Texas. Terrence Lewis. Freshman to freshman. How about these rookies? Just his 9th catch of the year, and it's his 2nd touchdown.
Terrence Lewis, tomorrow in film, is going to say, why are you throwing the football so insanely hard? But how about the concentration to come down to it? They put Estemaker on the move, going to your left, which is very difficult to do for a right-handed quarterback. They try to get Wyatt Young in the back corner of the end zone. He was doubled. And Terrence Lewis from Brenham, Texas. True freshman.
Kali Nguma with the extra point. Well, this all started with a Davion Armstead interception, 25th of the year for North Texas, and only the 2nd interception thrown by Simon. Of course, North Texas capitalizes with a touchdown, and Stone Cold, a former North Texas football player, would be proud. War Games returns tomorrow night from Petco Park in San Diego. WWE Survivor Series. It's his Thanksgiving week tradition since 1987. Big main event, 5-on-5 locked. Steel cage match. Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar leading their teams. It's going to be dynamite.
You going to go up there, Clay?
These guys have their shirts off. They're ready for whatever's coming their way, including Survivor. Armstead had his 2nd interception of the year, and it turns in to another touchdown for North Texas. So Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course, played here at North Texas. He was a football player once upon a time before his great wrestling career. Wanted to play in the NFL, but it never worked out for him. But his celebration that we've seen in the ring over the years, it's become the interception celebration, turnover celebration here at North Texas.
He was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. That celebration, that's awesome to see him doing that.
Evan Simon, that interception that he threw just the second of the year. He also has a touchdown pass. Needs to settle this Owls team down. Get something going here before halftime. Simon's going to turn it up. And only a yard as Trey Fields cuts him down. Fields, the middle linebacker.
This North Texas defense has really settled in to what this Temple offense has wanted to do all game long, and it's sort of be balanced with the run and the pass. They've sort of sat back in coverage, stayed more gap aware, meaning that no one's getting out of their gaps. See an RPO, defensive end just staying at home.
Temple second down and 9. 142 yards of offense for the Owls. They're going to take a shot deep, intended for Bermudez off his left hand. JoJo Bermudez wants a penalty flag, and he's not going to get it. Talked about this defense maybe not getting enough credit because of the offense overshadowing it, but Skylar Cassidy, the defensive coordinator, came from Sam Houston. His boss was Casey Keeler last year, but North Texas ranked near the bottom of the FBS last year, allowing 460 yards per game. They've improved by over 80 yards per game this year. Now rank in the middle of the pack nationally. They've really turned things around. 3rd and 9. On the flat there to Ducker, and he is met by David Fisher. What a half for Fisher.
Usually, Clay, you don't like to see corners come up and tackle, or they're not used to doing it. We were talking to the coaching staff earlier this week. They said David Fisher, 5'11", 182 pounds. He does not play like he's 182 pounds. He plays like he's 205 in a safety out there. And Fisher's had a heck of a half and a start. And the physicality of that defense and Skylar Cassidy, as you mentioned, the belief that they're going to be good is drastically improved this entire unit.
First 3 and out for Temple today. Fair catch called for by Miles Coleman.
Fair catch made by number 1 Miles Coleman.
Eric Morris admitted that the timing of the Oklahoma State announcement on Tuesday was not ideal, but he knew the story was going to break, wanted to be transparent with his kids and everybody at North Texas. I think, in hindsight, he handled it with a lot of class, but he says he's fully committed to North Texas for the conference title game should they clinch today, and a possible college football playoff game.
Yeah, the timing's just a byproduct of the college football schedule, where you have championship weekend coming up and your head coach has to announce that he's moving schools, and he's earned the right, and these kids have bought in, and 2 wins away possibly from a CFP berth.
Mestemaker 9 for 9 passing, drops it off short. He's got it in the hands of Dorner. Dorner gets it to the 45-yard line. He had that 77-yard touchdown catch in the first quarter, and he gets 23 here.
First time we've had to see Mestemaker go through his reads and progressions. When you turn on the film, you turn on old games, you see him multiple times getting to his first, second, third, fourth progression as a passer, and that just comes from his time as a defensive safety, Clay, understanding coverages and defenses.
Hawkins, and he'll get a couple. Dorner now, a couple of catches, 99 yards. And Drew Mestemaker, 10 for 10, 199 yards and 2 touchdowns.
The 2 things that head coach Eric Morris wants in a quarterback in this air raid offense, you got to have a lot of repetition, and you got to have processing power. Meaning, can you take the classroom work to the field? And Mestemaker's the best he's ever been around, and he's been around some guys now, Clay.
Slant, Young to about the 37-yard line. You can see why Eric Morris thinks that Wyatt Young is going to play on Sundays. He's got that Wes Welker,
Yeah.
Amendola type build and look to him.
How many different ways can we get him the football? Now he's in the backfield, lined up to the right of Mestamaker. They line him up everywhere. Like to get him the football in many different ways.
1st and 10. Mestamaker throwing toward the end zone, and this time it's knocked away. Javier Morton, the free safety, breaking that one up. It was intended for Landon Sides, the junior from right here in Denton.
Love how
so the
fast.
first incompletion for Mestamaker.
I love how fast Javier Morton got off the hash. He's playing free safety. Mestamaker's staring down his guy. You gotta love it.
On 2nd down, play fake. Back to finding receivers is Mestamaker, and he hits Sides on that slant. 1st down. Down to the 22-yard line, a gain of 16.
An RPO with a slant behind it. Eric Morris trusts Drew Mestamaker so much that he allows him to check the RPO, the run pass options, and what they're reading behind the defensive line. So he's reading the linebackers and the safeties. If he sees the safeties creeping up, he allows them to change it from maybe an out route to a slant route to replace that. You see it perfectly right there.
Here's carry number 10 for Hawkins. Boy, is he met at the 18-yard line. Avery Powell, the strong safety. He's undersized, but he is tough. Transfer from Missouri State. Boy, he met Hawkins at the point of attack. And we'll see if that's the last play, taking us to the 2-minute timeout. It will be. So the Mean Green, a game that if they win, they will be playing for a conference championship a week from today. Looking good, leading 28-7 late in the first half. All right, Kev, we'll see in just a little bit. Of course, Eric Morris will be a part of the Big 12 next year as head coach at Oklahoma State. And one of the reasons his offenses have been so successful since he's been a head coach, taking care of business in the red zone. 62 of 66 trips they have scored, 53 touchdowns. That all leads the country. And now here's Mestemaker flipping it out to the outside, and another incompletion. Wyatt Young can't get to it, and he is slow to get up, but he does.
Those red zone numbers are unbelievable. Mestemaker right here. Looks like he hits his right hand on the helmet. Causes the throw to go wide. Something to monitor. He was shaking it after the play.
Just the second incompletion for Mestemaker. Caleb Hawkins, the backfield flag down. Mestemaker throws to the pylon. It's incomplete as Dorner takes a hit. Let's see if this is offside on Temple.
Offside. Defense number 55.
It is.
In the neutral zone at the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Third penalty on the Owls. It's Sultan Badmus, the defensive end.
Second time Mestemaker's drawn him offside with that 2-clap cadence. Everyone's going on clap cadence now in college football.
North Texas has played penalty-free football so far today. 3rd down and 1 now after the penalty. And Hawkins has it and more. 1st down and goal to go from the 6.
For as well as they've been in the red zone, Clay, I mean, this is the guy they rely on the most. It's Caleb Hawkins. Over 30 rushing touchdowns as a team just in the red zone.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Make a quick clock adjustment for the 2nd time here in the half. And, you know, it begs the question, you know, Hawkins, he's from Shawnee, Oklahoma. Eric Morris is going to Oklahoma State next year. You know, how many of these star players for North Texas follow the coach?
Well, and the staff, too, right? Now at a Power 4 school at Oklahoma State, it'll be interesting to watch this entire play out.
Already 2 touchdowns for Hawkins, make it a hat trick. From 6 yards out, 3rd touchdown for Caleb Hawkins. He's over 100 yards again.
Caleb Hawkins, elite vision, really good speed, understanding, playing in space, and we don't talk enough about this mean green offensive line. That's a nice hole to run through, and look, this North Texas team, Clay, has had 2 or more rushing touchdowns in every single game they've played this year.
Already the most first-half points for North Texas this season. They have hung 35 on Temple. And that was a long drive by their standards. 9 plays, 78 yards, and 325.
It helps when you can score on every single possession. And we talked about what they had at Rice last week. 55 plays, 56 points. Right now, Clay, 27 plays, 35 points, averaging over 12 yards a play.
It's looking good for North Texas to be in that American Conference Championship next Friday night on ABC. Tulane, they've got a game against Charlotte tomorrow night, and should the Green Wave win that game, they would host in New Orleans. And the College Football Playoff Selection Committee, they hold the American in very high regard. They have all season. It seems very likely that the winner of the conference title game will make the CFP.
Well, especially if you beat a ranked Tulane team, which everyone seems to like, and this North Texas team offensively, I don't know how you slow them down. I really don't.
The only loss for North Texas this year came here in Denton. They lost to number 24 South Florida at the time. But you're right. I mean, when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, it does stuff like that. Look at those last 4 drives.
And the one thing they don't do, and they did against South Florida, they turn the football over. And so when you lose possessions as an offense like this that goes so fast, that's where you get into trouble. But with Mestemaker, specifically the last 5 or 6 games, I mean, he's got like over 55 20-plus yard completions down the field. I mean, they throw the football down the field, but also they lean on the run too, with Mestemaker over 100 yards today.
And then Simon, a touchdown, an interception, another incompletion here. As Quentin Hammonds is covering Jay Ducker with the backfield.
And here's one thing, if you're Temple, UNT gets the ball at the half. They already just scored. They've scored on all 5 of their possessions. Waste some time. Mean Green have 3 timeouts left. It'll be interesting to see if they get a stop here, if head coach Eric Morris calls another timeout.
Second down, pressure coming off the edge, picked up. That is complete to Colin Chase for a first down. And the junior will move the sticks for the Owls. Just over a minute to go in the half.
Got the first down. Now we're in 2-minute mode. Up on the ball fast.
Couple of timeouts to work with for Temple. And there's Ducker making the catch out of the backfield. He'll get to the 40 and steps out of bounds. Clock stops.
This is a situation Evan Simon has not been in a lot this year. These 2-minute drills, these 2-minute drives, they have 2 timeouts left. Got to come away with some type of points on this drive to get into halftime and sort of rethink everything.
Second and 5, and that is complete to the tight end. First catch for Peter Clark. Big tight end from the UK. And that's 8 yards. Stopping the clock as he gets out of bounds. They'll move the sticks. And again, a couple of timeouts for Temple. And their field goal kicker, Carl Harden, his long is 52 this year. And they're going into the end zone where the wind is essentially at the back of the kicker. From the 48. Simon loads it up and going to throw it away. So again, clock stops, 53 seconds to go. Hammonds had great pressure that time on Simon.
North Texas is sitting back in this 2-high safety look, meaning there's 2 safeties deep. Peter Clark, the tight end, number 88 for Temple, he's leading them in yards per catch in a game, over 16 yards per catch. That's where you want to look versus this 2-high safety zone defense down the middle of the football field. Looks like they're playing man now.
Second down, Simon out of the pocket and was looking down the seam. Armstead already with an interception today, breaks that one up from Chase. And so it's third down.
Rolling out to your left. What's the golden rule is quarterbacks never throw back into the middle of the football field. They're playing man underneath. It's really hard.
That was really late.
Really hard to flip those hips. Throw back into the middle of the field. He's trying to play it, be a little Patrick Mahomes. Just threw it a little bit behind him there.
Armstead with his second interception of the season earlier in this half. Led to a North Texas score. 46 seconds to go in the half. Simon again rolling across his body and again has to throw it, over the bench.
And North Texas, they get the ball back. 3 straight incompletions. 4th and 10, 35 points, only 40 seconds. We saw how fast they can score. I don't love that possession right there. We talked about it at the start. Run the football, get that first down. You're in 2-minute mode. You continue getting completions to go out of bounds, and now you're giving UNT another chance with all 3 of their timeouts left, and they get the ball in the second half as well.
And those timeouts don't do you any good at halftime. Miles Coleman, he's going to call for the fair catch. Yeah, Mestemaker and the offense So good today. Mestemaker 230 yards passing. Hawkins, the running back, already over 100 yards rushing.
Mestemaker's been better than advertised, Clay. Watching him on film, same with Hawkins, watching them both on film, just been really impressed with their efficiency as an offense. Mestemaker today with only 2 incompletions. Got to go 94 yards here in 34 seconds. I mean, I've seen it happen.
35-7, North Texas. Seeing if they can add to this lead right before halftime, and right up the middle, a big hole again for Caleb Hawkins. Jameer Jones with an ankle tackle. He'll limit that to a 9-yard gain, and we're going to get our first
30 seconds.
timeout taken by Eric Morris in North Texas.
And going back to Mestemaker, right? Like we mentioned it in the open. He didn't start a varsity game, but the confidence in Eric Morris to come in and say, hey, you know what? We're going to have you as a preferred walk-on. You get there, you start moving the football down the field, and then you see these physical traits, right, Clay, of throwing the football, the arm strength, the accuracy, and then you don't know what he has till you're on in the field with the processing power. And so he's shown all those things today to prove to me that this dude is the best quarterback you've never heard of in the country.
Second down and 1. Play action. Mestemaker getting heated up, and it is caught. Screen. Hawkins, first down. And now another timeout. Or are they going to wait? Well, they're going to run a play. Hawkins up the middle. And that's another first down. They're going to stop the clock because we're under 2 minutes. And now that will be another timeout as Eric Morris spends his second timeout of the half. Okay, so Eric Morris has a reputation as a quarterback guru. That's for good reason. You look at the names that he has worked with and mentored over the years. Baker Mayfield, Pat Mahomes, Cam Ward, who was unknown before Morris found him and brought him to Incarnate Word. I mean, it's just impressive.
And Cam Ward was a 0-star recruit, Clay. And even Mateer and Chandler Morris, I mean, it's just something about a young coach who played receiver, who understands what it takes to be successful at the next level, and just the belief. That's what I keep hearing throughout the building. The belief that he has and puts in your quarterback to go out there and be successful. That's sort of the turning point for this air raid offense.
None of those guys were more than 3-star recruits.
Baker was a walk-on at Tech.
First and 10. Mestemaker floats out of the pocket. Still looking downfield. Unleashes, and it is incomplete. Broken up, intended for Coleman by Avery Powell. 2 seconds to go in the half.
Timer, please put 3 seconds on the game clock. 3 seconds.
Put a few seconds back on, but
Thank you.
this was, I mean, it just shows you the arm talent of Mestemaker, but a great play by Powell.
Well, I'm wondering if he's going to try to throw a 70-yard Hail Mary right here, because from what I've seen on tape and on film, you know, can he make it to the end zone? Probably not. Will they run it here?
Now they're going to go 3 wide to the left. They're just going to run it with Kiefer Sibley, his first carry of the game, and that's going to do it for the first half. You said you were impressed, more so than you thought you'd be. Why is that?
Yeah, just the processing power, how he goes through progressions, the completion percentage, the arm talent, and just how quickly he's able to understand what's happening on the defensive side of things, and checking to runs, checking to passes, all those things. Just been really impressed today.
Let's go down to Tori.
Thanks, Clay. Coach, 5 touchdowns for this offense already. You've been able to get it done on the ground and through the air. What's made them so effective today?
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job up front, protection, all starts up front, offensive line. I thought our defense settled in really nicely to this game, got a couple turnovers for us. So this is a 4-quarter game, so we got to come out and start fast and score this first possession.
What more do you want to see from your team in the second half?
Exactly what we're doing. Just I want to see them continue doing what they're doing.
Thank you, Coach.
35-7, North Texas trying to clinch a berth in the American Conference Championship game. Let's go to the studio. Kevin Connors. Welcome back to ESPN College Football presented by Target. This is the American Conference on ESPN. From Denton, Texas, the home of the Mean Green, the #1 scoring offense in the country. The most first-half points North Texas has scored this season. They hang 35 on Temple as we get ready to start the third quarter. 2 of the first 3 drives for North Texas go 99 yards for touchdowns. And their freshman running back outstanding. 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half.
It's been the Mestamaker and Caleb Hawkins show all game long. They've been really efficient on the ground. Hawkins over 120 yards rushing. Drew Mestamaker 13 of 16, 234 yards and 2 touchdowns today. Their young studs are showing out here in Denton, Texas.
364 yards of offense, 234 for Mestamaker through the air. And much to the chagrin of Casey Keeler, the head coach for Temple, North Texas is going to have the football start the second half. And they will start at the 25-yard line. Let's check out our first half stats brought to you by Viore.
I think the biggest thing that Temple did the first 2 drives of the game was they stayed balanced, but 84 yards rushing and 82 yards passing and only 7 points is never going to keep up with this Mean Green offense. And I've really liked how the defense for North Texas, led by Skylar Cassidy, has really settled in nicely after those first 2 drives of Temple. And obviously the story of the game is the offensive fireworks for UNT.
That is their 6th half with 30 or more points this season, most in the FBS. And look at this start. Caleb Hawkins lost it, and Temple has it. Avery Powell with the recovery. What a start for the Owls.
Looked like he was trying to get a little bit second effort to gain a little bit more football yards. And you don't see this very often. Number 25, Cameron Stewart with the forced fumble. And man, Temple got the ball back.
Yeah, you're right. Hawkins, he's so hard to bring down, and he was trying to, with a second effort, stay on his feet and pick up that first down, which it looked like he was going to do, but lost the football to Avery Powell. And now Temple will have great field position, their best of the day. They start at the 38-yard line, and they're going to run it with Jay Ducker. Ducker, 68 yards per game coming in. That's top 10 in the American, and we knew this coming in this week. For Temple to have any chance, they're going to have a good ground attack. Well, we'll see what kind of adjustments they made at halftime to keep possession of the football.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is possession of the football. 18 minutes right now to 11 minutes for UNT. It's the takeaway, though. You got to get points off it.
Ducker bounces to the outside, gets to the 30 and close to a first down. Will Jones, the Old Dominion transfer, runs him to the sideline. It's going to be just short of the marker.
And something UNT does as a team as a whole is, you know, they've only lost 10 turnovers coming into this game, so that was their 11th loss, but they're second in the country, Clay, in turnover margin. They're plus 14 on the year, so that turnover doesn't happen very often. And see if this Mean Green on this quick change of possession can hold them.
Ducker, first down and more as he blasts his way inside the 25-yard line. The redshirt senior out of Omaha, brought down by Huddleston. Remember, Ducker was the MAC Freshman of the Year for Northern Illinois a few years back. He's bounced around and playing his 5th and final year with Temple. Tight end Peter Clark from London, England, stops in the slot. And now they hand off. Ducker looking for room on the right side, and he is met right in the hole by Patrick Smith-Young, the safety.
At some point, Temple and Evan Simon, the quarterback, is going to have to put this football in the air. You can get back into this game only if you continually hit big plays down the field. That's something that this offense has struggled with. Down 28 right now. You can't settle for field goals. You're probably in 4-down territory the rest of the game. So that impacts how you call it as an offensive coordinator in Tyler Walker.
Second down and 9. He's cut back there by Ducker. And he'll get it close to the 15. Third down and short coming up. Kevion Huddleston, another tackle. You talked about it, up front. North Texas missing a few guys. Bryson Hayes, Sadiq Clements. They're hoping to get those guys healthy in time for a possible American Conference Championship game. But they haven't been missed today because the offense has done what it's done, and Temple has had to do a lot of work through the air.
And it's hard to make Temple one-dimensional. You think down 28, they're going to come out throwing the football, but 3 straight runs for Temple, 3rd and manageable. 2 downs here to get it. Pass.
Ducker to a wide open Peter Clark. Touchdown, Owls. So the offensive coordinator, Tyler Walker, goes deep into his bag of tricks. And it's a running back to tight end touchdown.
That is something you don't see very often. Looking like LaDainian Tomlinson back in the day, Clay, for the Chargers. He used to throw all these touchdown passes as a running back, and that's one way you get into this game. Turnover, trickery, touchdown. See if their defense can hold again. UNT gets the ball back.
Carl Harden tack on the extra point. And he does. Well, Temple has a chance to get bowl eligible. They need a huge upset, a big comeback here in the second half. But you know that Casey Keeler's Owls are not going to lay down. They force a turnover from the best freshman running back in the country, and they turn it into a touchdown. Jay Ducker to Peter Clark, and it's 35-14. There's tight end Peter Clark of Temple from London, England. As a kid, he played at the Jacksonville Jaguars flag football camp. He was hooked from that point on, and he just made his 6th touchdown catch, which is now the most in a season by a Temple tight end in history. How about that? So Casey Keeler inherited a program at Temple that won 13 total games the last 5 years. He knows he's going to get it turned around. There have been growing pains this year for sure. They've been more competitive this season, but one thing's for sure about Keeler. He's won everywhere he has been. In the FCS, a couple of national championships, one from a program right here in the state of Texas.
He's one of the only coaches with 2 FCS championships at different schools. When we were talking to him, remember he said, I'm unreasonably positive. I know for a fact we're going to get this program turned around. We're chasing greatness every single day.
He's from Eastern Pennsylvania, too. He and his wife, Janice, met in Philadelphia, so this is a bit of a homecoming, taking over the program at Temple. And his team is able to take advantage of a fumble. The first play for North Texas in the half, and they turn it into 7 points as we go down to Torrey.
Well, Clay, Keeler said that this is going to be his last stop as a head coach in college football because of those family ties. So he's in it for the long run here. Quarterback Evan Simon told me that he is the best coach I've been around, and it's not even close. When he gets a full recruiting class, boy, it is going to be good here.
Yeah, Torrey, Temple is a historic program. Think about it. Matt Rule had back-to-back 10-win seasons not that long ago, less than 10 years ago. And Keeler wants to get it back to that level. North Texas will start at their own 25-yard line, and there's Mestamaker going to work. Tried to hit Young, and that's going to be pass interference. Flags come in from everywhere. Wanted Wyatt Young, the sophomore from Katy, Texas, a former high school quarterback, and Avery Powell interfered with him.
Pass interference, defense number 29. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You don't see Wyatt Young on the outside in this offense very much. He's running a post route. Avery Powell hooks the right arm, and everyone knew, including Wyatt Young, that was going to be PI.
Young, 4 catches, 40 yards today. That run right up the gut. 7 yards on that carry for Caleb Hawkins. Hawkins has done most of the heavy lifting in the running game. Mestamaker to Dorner. Dorner, great cut back to the middle of the field. He had a touchdown in the first half. Took it 77 yards to the house. Powell makes the tackle. And that's another 25-yard gain as North Texas starts to go with tempo again. Crank it up from time to time. And then right up the middle with Hawkins. That's the thing. You never know when North Texas is going to dial up the tempo.
Well, and you never know who they're going to go to as their go-to receiver. Wyatt Young, number 10, obviously they're number 1, over 1,000 yards on the season. But Cameron Dorner, I mean, 3 catches today, 3 targets, 124 yards and a touchdown. And sort of like a pick your poison if you're Temple. Hey, we need to take away Wyatt Young. All right, hey, we need to take away Caleb Hawkins. Well, who's left one-on-one? It's Cameron Dorner.
They slow it down here. Ahead of their 2nd down and 3. Hawkins motions out and now flags.
Offense number 72, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
First penalty on North Texas. It's Jimto Obidegwu, the right tackle, the Kent State transfer.
One of the few mistakes of the day. Going on that 2nd clap. We've seen him draw Temple offsides twice already. Just gets his own guy to jump right there.
You were talking about the balance. This is the 2nd time under Morris. North Texas has a 3,000-yard passer, a 1,000-yard rusher, and a 1,000-yard receiver. And now a whistle. And it looked like timeout was called, yes. Eric Morris wanted a timeout. He was trying to get the officials' attention. Took a while.
30 seconds.
And we'll take the break with him. 2nd down and 8 coming up after this timeout.
Verts. Swipe for news and highlights. Now available on the ESPN app. Introducing Verts. Swipe for news and highlights. Now available on the ESPN app.
Eric Morris and North Texas leading Temple 35-14, 9:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. Morris is 40 years old. He's from West Texas. Tuesday it was announced he's going to Oklahoma State next year, but he said he's fully committed to this team to the end of the season, and he's hoping that comes in the college football playoff. Of course, a win today, and they're in the American Conference Championship tomorrow, or next Friday night, I should say, 8 o'clock on ABC. Hawkins on the run, and that's going to be another 1st down for the freshman running back. And we've talked about it before, Chase Daniel, that the winner of that American Conference Championship game very likely in the college football playoff.
Yeah, absolutely. James Madison's the other team out there that people are thinking has a chance, but this American Conference, if it ends up being Tulane and North Texas, is going to be one heck of a matchup.
Mestemaker dumps it into the hands of Trey Williams, and the big senior tight end makes the catch and gets it to the 10-yard line. Yeah, you talked about James Madison. They're still in that conversation for the group of 5. They've clinched a spot in the Sun Belt title game. One of 2 teams that have clinched a spot in a conference championship. The other one is Western Michigan in the MAC. But, you know, none of the 9 conference championship game matchups were set entering the weekend. That's amazing.
Yeah, the parity in the league is insane. I mean, SEC, Big Ten, everything.
Well, tunnel screen, they set that up for Cameron Dorner, and he's lit up by Morton. That was a heavy hit. So now it's 3rd down and short.
His right tackle's getting out there and runs into him as well. I mean, luckily he's all right. Got hit right in the head. Got a stiff arm from number 72.
And Dorner's going to come to the sideline. He needs a little breather.
Yeah.
This is a playground for North Texas, the red zone. 3 for 3 today. They have scored 53 touchdowns, by far the most in the FBS inside the red zone.
Yeah, they've been ridiculously good running the football down here too.
And they will run it with Hawkins and trying to get to the 1st down. I don't think he did. And he's met in the hole by Supranant, middle linebacker. So it's 4th down and a couple. And they're going to run out the field goal unit.
Oh, interesting. They're going to kick it. They've gone for it 25 times this year on 4th down. 72% conversion rate, which is 8th in the country. Opting to take some points here. However,
Kali Nguma, 11 for 12 this year. Virginia transfer. Has it in the air, and it is good. He has had a good season. Nails that one for 27 out. And it's now 38-14. There's Eric Morris. Boy, you know, a lot of opportunities in this coaching cycle, but he picks Oklahoma State. He says he's a Big 12 guy. And he'll be taking this circus to Stillwater next year.
Yeah.
And you wonder how many of these players are going to go with him. So we talked about the chances to reach the college football playoff according to the All-State playoff predictor. These are the G5 teams with the best chance. Tulane ranked number 24, the only group of 5 team ranked by the CFP. And there you see North Texas. Not a bad chance.
yeah.
33%.
I mean, you'd imagine, we said it before, the winner of the American Conference, they deserve to be in the CFP. Obviously will be the 12 seed, have to play the 5 seed on the road. Can it maybe Texas Tech or one of those teams?
Will pop up and sliding and catching it at the 33-yard line. That was Alu, the weak side linebacker, who was out there on the return. College football playoff rankings presented by Capital One. And Ohio State, Indiana, the 1 and 2 team. It's been that way for a long time. Texas A&M is going to take on Texas tonight on ABC in Austin. If the Aggies can win that game, they will be in the SEC championship. Georgia making Georgia Tech 13-6 in that football game. And on 1st down, the Owls run it with Hunter Smith.
29, Hunter Smith on the carry.
There's Mike Elko. You and I saw Texas A&M last week. Marcel Reed, very impressive. A Heisman candidate at quarterback. What do you think? What are the chances, that they win the showdown in Austin?
That's tough going in there. Rivalry games are always difficult. Marcel Reed, without a doubt, saw him in person, like you said last week. He, to me, is the front runner for the Heisman, along with Mendoza from Indiana.
Good hole up the middle and taking advantage of it. Hunter Smith doesn't have a lot of carries today. That's just his 5th. And that's his best run. It's out to the 49-yard line. And now the Owls going with a little tempo. Quickly up to the line. And now timeout called by North Texas.
Timeout of the half. North Texas. Timeout of the field.
So the Owls moving the football. Back after this timeout. presented by Target. Clay Mathick, former Missouri All-American Chase Daniel, and Torrey Petrie here on this day after Thanksgiving. What a year it's been for the fan base here at North Texas. A little bittersweet, too, because they know they're losing their head coach, probably some of the players, too. Maybe a lot of the players. That will be determined. But a lot to play for yet. Win today, and they're in the American Conference Championship game. Temple runs it into plus territory to the 45-yard line, but a flag is down.
It's like the Mean Green jumped off sides.
That's right.
Offside, defense number 93 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Our referee today, Tim Rich. There's Eric Morris. And, you know, one thing about the G5 level, and he talked about this, is you just don't have a lot of money and the resources. You certainly will have more money, more resources in Stillwater.
And something you talked about too, Clay, was the retention rate at a bigger conference is a lot higher than someone like a North Texas, where you're able to keep your players. You have a little bit more money in the bank to retain those players.
And now Temple calls a timeout.
Yeah.
First charge timeout.
Yeah, they were running out of time on the play clock.
Coming out of a timeout.
Yeah.
Never want to use a timeout on offense.
Another reminder coming up on ABC later tonight, 7:30 Eastern. The Lone Star Showdown, number 3 Texas A&M, number 16 Texas. You can also watch it anywhere on the ESPN app. You know, that rivalry, this will be the 120th edition of that game. Yeah, that rivalry was dead for, 12 years. In the last couple of seasons, it's been back. Great to see. We were talking about Marcel Reed, dual threat guy, really dialed in right now. And you mentioned he's your favorite for the Heisman ahead of Mendoza of Indiana and maybe Julian Sayin of Ohio State. But, I can't disagree with you having seen him last week.
Well, Texas A&M, too, has played one of the toughest schedules in America.
Out of the timeout, Simon whistles it downfield. What a breakup in the secondary. Well done by Colin Lewis, the cornerback out of Gladewater, Texas. He just bared down on Chase and knocked the ball loose.
A little trickery, a little out and up by number 1, Colin Chase, and Colin Lewis with the nice turn and breakup. Could have been a big gain. It was a really well-thrown football.
You know what I liked about that? He went for the body. Didn't try to get the interception. He just went for the knockout blow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes when a defensive back does that, they end up tipping the ball to the receiver. He just went for the hit. As Hunter Smith plows ahead, that'll be a first down for Temple to the 38-yard line.
You mentioned it, Clay, in break. It's only a 24-point lead. Score 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions. Get a turnover here or there. They're saying there's a chance.
A lot of what-ifs, but certainly Casey Keeler's guys are not going to lay down. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. The jet sweep. Colin Chase is going to be met and driven back. Maybe a half yard. Trey Fields, the senior, spent the last 5 years playing for Casey Keeler at Sam Houston. He makes another hit. He has been good today.
Absolutely. And the clock under almost 4:30 here in the third quarter. You got to start paying attention to that. We mentioned it last drive, Clay. You got to have some deep developing plays down the field. You got to take some shots down the football field.
2 receivers to the right coming in motion. Bermudez loading, firing, and incomplete again. Knocked away by Will Jones. Intended for Ryder Cush, who had that first half touchdown. The tight end was streaking down the hash marks. But it's broken up by Will Jones, who's coming off a big week. He was great at Rice, and this is a beautiful play.
Yeah, Will Jones, one of only 3 players in all of FBS with multiple interceptions, multiple forced fumbles, and multiple forced fumble recoveries, excuse me. He's the enforcer back there, plays free safety, Hits down in the middle of the field.
3rd and 10. Temple needs the 28 to keep the drive going, and they're not going to get it. It hit the receiver Bermudez in the hands, and it lands incomplete.
You got to keep your offense on the field right here, down 24. Clock's running. UNT, for how well they've started the last 3 drives offensively for them, only 3 total points. Got to imagine they're not going to stay dormant forever. Well, this is the right decision.
Well, Temple came into the game 76% on 4th down, 3rd best in the nation. They need this pickup. Throw incomplete. Not even close. Wanted Clark. There was double coverage. And so North Texas will take over on downs with 4:05 to go in the 3rd.
Going to his safety blanket, Peter Clark. North Texas brings the pressure. You see Will Jones coming up there and end up playing man-to-man in the back end. Probably not the guy you want to go to versus man coverage. Would have liked to find Bermudez or Colin Chase, and North Texas gets a big stop here.
Look at that. They've scored points on 6 of the 8 drives, averaging almost 11 yards per play.
Yeah.
Caleb Hawkins was another carry here. He has 3 touchdowns on the ground. His 25 total touchdowns, the most in the country. You know, remember, he had a program record 5 in one game at UAB a couple of weeks ago. Just a freshman. He has so much football in front of him.
Yeah, it's a scary thought.
There he goes again. Just a battering ram out to midfield and a 1st down.
He's just so hard to bring down. He's able to fit through these small holes at this offensive line. When you think you have him and you go low, he just steps right out of these tackles and continues just pushing the pile forward.
He may have been nicked up on that last carry, kind of favoring the upper body a little bit, coming to the sideline. So he checks out. He has 21 carries for 173 and 3 touchdowns. Ashton Gray is going to spell him on this play. Deep throw downfield, Drew Mestamaker. Looking for Dorner, underthrown and intercepted. Flag on the play. Adrian Lang comes away with it. We'll see if that's going to be his team-high 3rd pick or if it's a penalty on him, and it is. So take the interception off the board.
Interference, defense number 32. That's a 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
Mestamaker gets to his 3rd progression in the check down. He decides he wants to throw the go ball to Cameron Dorner, and Adrian Lang gets his head around a little bit late. I don't know about that call. Clay, he's fighting with them. They're hand fighting. Dorner is putting hands on Lang as much as Lang is on Dorner, so North Texas catches a break here.
So North Texas now 1st down from the 34, and Ashton Gray will get his 1st carry, and he'll get to the 27. Let's bring in Jerry McGinn. Jerry, your thoughts on that last interference call?
Well, I'll tell you, Clay, the defensive back is playing the ball. He's not hindering the receiver, and he goes up for the ball, makes the catch. I don't see where he's interfering with the receiver. That should have just let it go on and no foul, in my opinion.
I totally agree with you. And the fact is, you know, Jerry, Adrian got his head around, and that's really what you're looking at least from our perspective. Do you get your head around? Do you play the football? Because you have as much right to the football as the receiver does.
Exactly.
All right, Jerry, thank you. Ashton Gray, another young running back with another carry there for North Texas. And now we got a player down. It's Caton Supernant again. This is the 2nd time he has been on the field, slow to get up. Middle linebacker was able to continue after getting hurt in the 1st half, and now down for the 2nd time. You know, the Owls they play so many guys, and they've had to today to just keep pace with this North Texas offense. Casey Keeler not happy with the officiating crew. He's showing his displeasure here, but Supernant was injured on this play. He's number 18. Looked like maybe some friendly fire there. One of his teammates, Joseph Ozine, rolling over on him. But again, Supernant is up on his feet, and hopefully he will make a second comeback.
Yeah. Looked like some friendly fire right there, as you said. And you mentioned it, this Temple defense, they're rotating 22 to 27 guys defensively. You see that a lot on the offensive side of the football, not as much defensively. They like to roll their secondary in and out. They like to roll their hockey sub style, their defensive linemen out. They just haven't had a chance to today because of all the up tempo that North Texas has been doing.
Hawkins comes back in. Obviously he's okay, and he'll get it. They go right back to the freshman, and it's going to be a first down. Boy, Keeler just wearing out those officials over there, not happy with that interference call on Adrian Lang. And you and Jerry talked about it, but Keeler obviously saw what you saw from way across the field.
Yeah, I mean, it's something too where you make a play, you possibly get the second takeaway of the half. Well, it's still a 3-score game.
Avery Powell nicked up, transfer from Missouri State. Casey Keeler, the only coach in FCS history to win national titles in 2 different programs. Seeing his guys get nicked up here in this game that has been lopsided since the second quarter. Trying to get his Temple team to make a comeback as they're trying to get to bowl eligibility for the first time since 2019.
Keeler's not happy with the refs still. He's still worried about that interceptions. Rightfully he should be, but this entire Temple team, they have not given up. Could have easily folded at halftime being down so much, and able to start second half with a takeaway and a trick play touchdown.
So Drew Mestemaker, already a couple of touchdown passes today. Threw for 3 at Rice last week. He's going to throw here out into the flat for Young. Wyatt Young along the sideline, and he'll scoot to the 12-yard line. Again, he's coming off a game where he set the American Conference receiving record with 295 yards on just 8 catches against Rice.
Yeah, I mean, his last 5 games, Clay, 782 yards in his last 5 games, over 150 yards a game.
Played quarterback at Tompkins High School in Katy, Texas, outside of Houston. Mestemaker tries the other side. Terrence Lewis, the catch. He has 1 touchdown, make it 2. Terrence Lewis, 13-yard catch and run to the end zone. And this offense just can't be stopped. It's just an onslaught.
Yeah, they can beat you through the air. They can beat you on the ground. They can beat you on the perimeter. I mean, here's the thing. This is an air raid style offense. 26 rushing attempts, 21 passing attempts, 44 total points right now. Over a first down a play. Just continually stepping on the gas.
(45-14). 7 plays, 63 yards, 3.5 minutes.
Wyatt Young gets 1 and 2 blocks on this play. We talk about how good of a receiver he is, how much he means to this team. They're going to watch this back in film tomorrow and say, man, that might be my favorite play of the game. A little perimeter screen. Runs into Terrence Lewis and leading the way with another knockdown. Wyatt Young, hands up in the air. We're loving it.
Temple number 10 is reporting as number 12.
You know, they have not had a touchdown drive that has been longer than 3:25. That one was 3:25. Their second of that length today, but they haven't had one longer than that. They just score so fast.
Well, they haven't even had the ball, Clay. 20 minutes. 47 plays, 45 points. They can score at will. They really can. And that's what this Tulane defense, if they end up winning and going to the American Football Championship game, they're going to have their hands full. Tulane's 126th in the country versus the pass.
Next Friday night, ABC. Looks like North Texas will be there as is fielded by Denzel Chavis with his back to the kicking unit. Takes a hit. Temple will have it at the 37. You look at Tulane, and that's a team that has been well respected by the College Football Playoff Committee. The only G5 team ranked again this week, number 24. And they've got a game against Charlotte tomorrow night. And if they can beat Charlotte, they will host the American Conference Championship in New Orleans.
Tulane quarterback Jake Retzlaff has been hot in November. 7 touchdowns, only 1 interception in the last 3 games. He's continuing his hot streak. Should be a pretty good matchup.
Kevion Mason carry ahead. Weslowski another tackle. He's been busy again today. You see Charlotte and Tulane tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern in New Orleans on ESPNU. And John Summerall, that's another hot name in coaching conversations. You know, is he going to be at Tulane next year? You know, the odds are pretty slim, I would say.
Yeah.
That's going to be a first down for Temple for Mason.
Well, we're still on Lane Kiffin watch, too.
No announcement yet
Yeah.
out of Oxford, Mississippi. That is supposed to come tomorrow. We'll see what that entails. We head to the 4th quarter, all mean green. Eric Morris's air raid has a lot of air yet. Don't go away.
College Football Playoff Selection Show. The bracket will be filled. Judgment Day is here.
Noon Eastern time on December 7th. The bracket will be announced, and these are the G5 teams with the best chance to reach the CFP. 2 from the American, James Madison out of the Sun Belt with the best chances right now. And right now the champion from the group of 5 would be the 12 seed. That's what is expected. That's probably what will happen. That run just a 1-yard pickup for Mason. For Temple, second down coming up. But you think about North Texas, they win this, they're in the American Conference Championship game. Should they beat Tulane next week, or perhaps Navy? If Tulane were to stumble, they would host Navy here.
Yeah.
But if they win that game, the championship game, they're the likely 12 seed in the college football playoff. Here's Evan Simon whipping it to the outside. That's incomplete, intended for the running back Ducker.
And if they are the 12 seed, right, the American Championship is pretty much a college football playoff play-in game. Then they would go to Texas Tech, who we think will probably finish 5, depending on what happens in the Big 12 Championship. And, a first-round matchup, staying in Texas, going west, with an offense like this that travels because of the run game, Clay. That's an intriguing matchup.
Third and 9. Simon has to get rid of it. Gets it to Mason. And well short of the line to gain. Needed to get it to the 39. Weslowski gets him to the sideline. So it's 4th down, and Temple's going to keep the offense out on the field. Nope, they've made their decision to bring out the punter.
And how about that matchup, too? Eric Morris would be playing his alma mater in Lubbock. Air raid, potentially, everything like we were saying, the intriguing matchup and something like that. I mean, Eric Morris is definitely staying in town for that.
That's part of the reason that he decided to go to Oklahoma State. He's a Big 12 guy. Played for Mike Leach at Texas Tech. Was a coach there. Feels like he knows the conference. This is fair caught at the 5-yard line. He's going to replace the winningest coach in Oklahoma State history. That is not easy. Now, granted, things did not go well the last couple of years for Mike Gundy. He is fired in the middle of his 21st season. But the stuff that Mike accomplished, at Oklahoma State is big shoes to fill for sure. And Eric Morris has a great track record. We talked about it. Started in Lubbock, not far from his hometown of Littlefield, Texas. Became the head coach at Incarnate Word. That's where he discovered somebody by the name of Cam Ward.
Pretty good.
Went on to Washington State to be the OC for a time. He's been here at North Texas with great success over the last 3 years. And on Tuesday took the job at Oklahoma State. And a run just shy the 10-yard line by Ashton Gray. His name was bandied around for quite a few days. Where was he going to land? A lot of people thought it wasn't going to come until after the season, but it was an early announcement on Tuesday.
Yeah, and only 40 years old, and it's always difficult when you're a head coach and you have dreams and you have aspirations to leave somewhere where you've been for 3 years and to leave this team behind. But I'm more impressed with this team and what they've done today and what they could potentially do next week, getting into potentially a CFP spot, and just everything it's taken for them to just sort of stay relaxed and stay calm, looking like the 11th win of the season, most in program history.
Ashton Gray picks up that first down. Yeah, he hopes that Mike Gundy's going to be a resource for him. And I think that shows the humility of Eric Morris. He knows that, Mike built something pretty special there for the better part of, for over 2 decades.
Yeah, and going into Boone Pickens Stadium was never easy as a player. Played there a couple times, and when they're rolling, Clay, it's one of the better atmospheres that I've seen in the Big 12.
Let's go down to Torrey.
Well, guys, another guy that Morris hopes is going to be a resource for him is Grant McCaslin, who is the current Texas Tech basketball head coach. But remember, he was here at North Texas. He actually led them to an NIT championship after his deal with after his deal with Texas Tech was already done. So he's a guy who's been there, done that. He gave him a call this week, and his advice to Morris was, don't let the moment weigh on you, just soak it in. And he certainly got a lot to soak in over the next few weeks.
No doubt about it. He's enjoying this play today. That's going to be an incompletion, however. Bobbled by Landon Sides, product of Denton Geyer High School down the street.
And you know, Eric Morris, we were talking to him, obviously, this week. We talked to him right after the news broke, and one of the questions you asked, Clay, was, oh, how are you going to compartmentalize and have your time management skills going on? Because if you stay here through the end of December, that's a whole nother month that you're going to lose maybe recruiting or stuff like that. He said, man, I've got a great staff. We're trying to get everything together. But he's fully focused on this dream season here at UNT.
Alan Hay, the nose tackle, trying to rip it out, and the ball is loose. Is that going to be a takeaway? Yes. And is ruled a fumble and recovered by Lang. Remember, Adrian Lang was called for that pass interference in the corner of the end zone. Well, he recovers this. Khalil Poteet, number 92, knocked it loose.
2 forced turnovers in this second half by Temple, and when they watch the film back, they're not going to be happy about this. And those 2 turnovers, they've prided themselves in this air raid style offense to not turn the football over. They're trying to give other guys carries. Ashton Gray with a 6th carry today and a fumble, just back in their end zone. Let's see if the Mean Green defense can, sudden change, quick stop. You practice this all the time. Sitting on the bench, relax, and all of a sudden you're back out on the field. Quick change, they're yelling.
First down and goal for the Owls. Play action. Simon lofts it to the end zone. The tight end can't haul it in. Clark. That would have been a phenomenal catch. He already has 1 touchdown grab. And it's off his fingertips.
Nice touch by Evan Simon just to get it over these linebackers and safeties, and you can't put it anywhere better. And like you said, yeah, it would have been a circus catch.
Now Evan Simon, who's coming to the sideline. Senior getting some pats on the back. This is possibly his last college football playoff game. Same for the other seniors for Temple. Giovanni McCoy on the field now at quarterback for Temple. And it's Ducker with the carry and the touchdown. Jay Ducker gets in from 5 yards out.
On the carry. Touchdown.
So the Owls get the takeaway and they score, and now it looks like they are going to go for 2.
Yeah, Mean Green defense 0 for 2 on sudden changes. The offense doesn't turn it over very often, but that's something going into championship week got to work on. One of the few things this team has done poorly today.
So the Owls going for Dose, presented by Dos Equis. 7th rushing touchdown for Jay Ducker. Giovanni McCoy, former Oregon State Beaver, also played at Idaho. He's at quarterback. He's going to sprint out and dump it off, and it is caught by Ryder Cush for 2. So you got to appreciate how Temple is fighting here in the 4th quarter. 45-22 now with 11:14 to go.
No give up at all from this Temple Owls team. Nice rushing touchdown. 2-point conversion from Giovanni McCoy. Not giving up just yet.
Can't talk about this game in these parts enough. Texas A&M and Texas coming up tonight, 7:30 Eastern on ABC. Again, Texas A&M trying to get into the SEC championship game for the first time since joining the conference. Arch Manning's had, I think, an underwhelming year. He was the preseason Heisman favorite. Texas was the preseason #1. Well, they're ranked 16 coming into the day. Still an outside shot to get into the college football playoff, but again, it's been an otherwise disappointing year for the Horns. Can they finish it strong and somehow get in? A lot needs to happen as North Texas has the football back. Player spotlight presented by Cintas.
Caleb Hawkins has been running all over the football field. 22 carries, 177 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns to go along with 2 catches out of the backfield as well. We've said it all game long. This dude, he is the engine of this entire offense. 22 rushes, 8 yards a carry. I mean, that's what really sticks out to me.
Third game with 150 rushing yards or more, tied for the most in the FBS. And the question now is, with this nice lead, why is he still in the game? Do you think at some point here to get these stars out?
Well, I mean, 23 points in 11 minutes is unlikely to come back. That's the one thing you don't want to have happen.
So too early, you're thinking?
Too early right now. If they end up taking some time off the clock right here, that's probably my sign to, hey, take a seat. Let's get ready for the championship game.
I'm going to slow it down. So it's looking more and more like a championship berth. Who North Texas is going to play? It certainly seems and feels like it's going to be Tulane. They should be able to take care of Charlotte. They're going to be the heavy favorite. Remember, Charlotte's the team that North Texas, racked up 754 yards of offense on. Mestemaker threw for over 600 yards, a conference record. So if Tulane takes care of business tomorrow, it would be North Texas in New Orleans in the American Conference Championship next Friday night.
Be a pretty good matchup. I mean, Tulane's on fire, 35+ points in a lot of their last games, and North Texas offensively, they can put up 50 on any given Saturday, Friday, any day of the week. A lot of offense expected in that American Championship game.
Mestemaker standing tall, launching deep, has a receiver. It's Young, got it. Wyatt Young. Marked out at the 6. $75 yards on that hookup.
Already has a 77-yard completion. Add this to the repertoire. Just watch him scroll left to right. He gets to his 4th progression in Wyatt Young and launches a post route down the field in a beautifully thrown football because he pulls the receiver Wyatt Young into the middle of the field where the safety had bit down on an in cut, which is you come across the field and cutting inside and over top for a big play.
And now Hawkins looking for his 4th touchdown. He won't get it on that play. So 2 100-yard receivers today for North Texas. Young with 127, Cameron Dorner with 125.
Official timeout for an injury on the defense.
Now another Owl is down. It's Khalil Poteet. 2nd and goal coming up for North Texas. All right, Kevin, thank you very much. Yeah, we're 8:57 away from that. That probably means 4 or 5 more touchdown drives for North Texas.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, they're about to be over 600 yards and 50 points. They just had their way today with this Temple defense. It's just been outmanned.
You know, last week they went 3 and out on their first series against Rice and then scored 42 unanswered, ended up winning 56-24. And yet, like you said, they're going to get over 50 points again, most likely, here in just a moment. But this has been something to behold, this air raid offense under Eric Morris. And this is what the fans in Stillwater, Oklahoma, the fans of the Oklahoma State Cowboys, hope that they will have in the Big 12 next year. This type of performance from game to game. Estemaker, 20 of 24, 366 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Temple thought they had an interception here in the half in the corner near the pylon, but it was ruled a pass interference on Adrian Lang. Second down and goal. Hawkins looking for his 4th touchdown, and he got in. There it is. That is his 4th game with 4 touchdowns this season. The most in a single FBS season in the last 30 years.
They can score at will. And, you know, Caleb Hawkins, it's just the engine that never stops. His feet never stop churning as he gets behind this big offensive line. And, you know, this looks like a Madden team or like the college football video game team. It's just they score at will.
You know, a tip of the hat to that offensive line, too, opening the doors for Hawkins and company. Just controlling the trenches all day. It's 52-22.
Reed dives for the end zone. Touchdown A&M.
Wide open is Dickey, read beautifully by the quarterback Morton, all the way for a 69-yard touchdown.
Manning comes out slinging to Ryan Wingo. Down the far sideline. He's going to go all the way.
Jennings pivots, pulls, touchdown Stings. He's it wide open. The bomb hits Wyatt Young. Mean Green ain't backing down.
What a year it's been in the state of Texas for college football. The Mean Green of North Texas certainly doing their part. Leading 52-22 in this one. Trying to get a school record 11th win and get on to the American Conference Championship game. Look at the Lone Star State. You got, some of these teams in the college football playoff picture, and you can throw North Texas into that. We've been talking about how the Mean Green control their own destiny.
Absolutely.
Really. And, don't forget about the FCS teams like Tarleton State. They go into the FCS playoffs with 11 wins.
I might be a little biased, but being from Texas, we produce the best football players, Clay.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you grew up about 20 minutes from here, right?
Yeah, right down the road, South Lake, Texas.
How many championships did you win at South Lake, Carroll?
Two. Should have won 3. Lost in the championship game my junior year. 16-15 to Katy.
It's been a tough day for Temple trying to keep up with this high-octane offense of North Texas. This is the 7th game this season where they have scored 50 or more. And, we talked at the top of the broadcast how Temple was going to have to make very few mistakes, possess the football, and capitalize on drives, and that just hasn't happened. A little rain starting to come down as we go under 8 minutes to play. And Temple's going to keep it on the ground. That is Hunter Smith. Giovanni McCoy came in for a couple of plays on the last series for Temple as they were able to camp a scoring drive after a turnover. Giovanni McCoy spent last year at Oregon State, went 4-5 as the starter. He was brought in to Temple to win the job, as Tori reported earlier. It was Evan Simon who did that after week 1, never looked back. McCoy getting a chance to get some reps here late in the season, last game of the year, and that is caught by Colin Chase, flagged down. Chase fighting through the defender and made that catch.
Pass interference, defense number 16. The penalty is declined. The resulting play is a first down.
Going to decline that penalty. It was Gabe Stroud, the cornerback, who had the interference.
How about this catch, though, from Colin Chase? Goes up and over him. You got mossed. Stroud right there, along with the pass interference penalty. Impressive.
Chase was the leading pass catcher for the Tommies of St. Thomas in St. Paul, Minnesota last year in the FCS. Giovanni McCoy flips it over the middle, and that is complete to Tyler Stewart. He's quickly wrapped up at the 20-yard line. So North Texas, they have limited Temple's explosive plays, which really haven't been any to speak of. Just over 300 yards of offense for Temple today. That time of possession has been crazy for the Owls. It just hasn't mattered.
We knew today it was going to be a tough task throwing on this North Texas defense.
That's a little bit high. Wanted the tight end, Clark.
They're ranked 13th in the country in passing yards allowed per game. We said it before, though, 2 starting defensive linemen up front. They had some success early running the football, but when you get into a track meet, really any team that plays this North Texas team, you're going to get into a track meet. And if North Texas doesn't turn the football over, which they have twice today, then they're going to be a hard out. Because on offense, it puts a lot of pressure on you to be perfect on the other side of the football and to score almost every single time you touch the ball.
3rd down and 6. Running play, Hunter Smith, and he has a first down and gets inside the 10. First down and goal to go for Temple.
Hunter Smith, the ball carrier.
Hunter Smith, the Louisiana Monroe transfer.
Run down by 13, Jackson.
You think about Temple going into next season with Casey Keeler, and he's going to build this the grassroots way. He wants to build it with high school kids.
Yeah.
And you feel like they've made a step in the right direction in his first year, and next year likely going to be even better.
Absolutely. And you know, he is definitely old school in his approach. So you said the 3 steps we want: retain our best players, recruit the high schools hard, which is not the case these days, and then be selective in the portal. We don't want to build our team through the portal.
That's behind the receiver to the end zone. McCoy took a strike for Smith, and it lands incomplete. Second down.
Got to appreciate the old school way of a head coach. Talking to him this week, said, hey, this is probably my last stop.
Oh, it is his last stop.
Promised my wife.
That's why it's his last stop.
That I'm not moving again. And he's really bought in. He was a great interview, talking to him. Just
his wife Janice was in tears when he broke the news to her that they were coming back to Philadelphia. As Hunter Smith ducks inside, and it'll be third down. Those were tears of joy, by the way, not bad tears. These were happy tears.
Yeah.
Because she's from that area, as is he, and they were happy to be going home.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not going to make bowl eligible this year, but you know, the success they had early in the year, since they didn't hit the recruit. He said we didn't cut any players. We didn't bring any other players in. So we're sort of, you know, playing with the other coaches' staff and players. And so you know, once they get a year under their belt, be able to recruit their own guys, they should be good.
McCoy looking for Chase, but he'll throw over him and toward the corner, and it's incomplete. It was Ryder Cush, the tight end that was trying to get open, well covered. And now it's fourth down. So a 9-play drive. We can't get into the end zone. They'll bring out the field goal unit. Carl Harden will attempt a chip shot here. This will be a 26-yard attempt. And that is good.
The kick is good.
52-25. 4:16 to go here in Denton. A lot of respect between the two head coaches, too, this week. When we talked about, you know, Eric Morris, Casey Keeler had nothing but great things to say about him, and likewise for Eric, and kind of said what we were talking about how he feels that Temple is going to be a program on the rise. Eric Morris will be headed to Stillwater, Oklahoma to lead Cowboys next year, but you know, he's hoping that he can hoist a trophy with the Mean Green. Going to be playing for the American Football Championship next Friday night on ABC. Who will they play? Most people believe it's going to be Tulane. They're the favorites against Charlotte tomorrow night. Navy played well in the second half against Memphis last night, came back and won that football game, and they're the first team in the conference to 7 wins. But North Texas has the tiebreaker on Navy. And Tulane and Navy did not meet. So that's going to do it for Drew Mestemaker. His night is over. Not the gaudy numbers we have seen from him, you know, in the past, but think about it. 20 for 24, 366 yards and 3 touchdowns. Didn't throw an interception. That's a really amazing night, but, you know, considering what he has done in the past this season, That kind of pales in comparison.
Yeah, that just says, hey, those aren't gaudy numbers, 366 and 3 touchdowns, because he has had a 6-touchdown game. He has had a 608-yard passing game as well.
Chris Jimerson in there now, running the offense. That's Ashton Gray with the carry. Yeah, think about Mestemaker had that 608-yard passing game last month at Charlotte. He was National Player of the Week. So 366 is kind of a yawner.
But I think the efficiency is what I really noticed today in person, that it's hard to notice on film. That they're not, these completions, Clay, these 20-yard completions, they're not underneath completions. I mean, he's had a 77-yard completion where he's throwing the football down the field, a 75-yard completion as well. And so just the efficiency and accuracy throwing the football down the field.
Look at the speed of Chris Jimerson, the true freshman from Fort Worth, North Crowley High School. He's only thrown a couple of passes this year, but he has great speed. Led North Crowley to a 6A state title last year.
North Crowley, I mean, since I was coming up in Southlake, this is around the area, they've been a very difficult out. And so anyone from that school caught my attention for sure.
5'10", 166 pounds, just a water bug out there.
Did you call him a water bug?
And hands off here to Gray. First down. Yeah, I mean, he's built low to the ground.
Yeah.
Can really move like that.
Or a dual threat guy.
So North Texas hasn't won a conference championship since 2004. That's when the Mean Green were, still in the Sun Belt. And after 10 years in Conference USA, this is year 3 in the American. And a chance to win the conference championship and more.
Yeah.
That's what's amazing about this year.
I think this is why we call it a dream season, is if we think everything's going to go as planned, the American champion should get into the CFP.
Brandon Young, tight end, just his 3rd catch of the year. That's a gain of 3. Penalty flag on the play. Stops the clock. 2:13 to go.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's on the backup left tackle, Desmond Mejia. So North Texas and Tulane, provided that's the matchup in the American Conference Championship game. And I mean, Tulane could get beat tomorrow night. But if it is the matchup, you look at the common opponents this season, and there have been 3 of them. Army, UTSA, and these Temple Owls. And North Texas is going to go for the clean sweep here. They've got 2 minutes to do it. We'll talk more about the common opponents on the other side of this break.
ESPN College Football is presented by Target, where game day meets the holidays.
It's been a good Black Friday for North Texas. 2 minutes away from moving on to an American Conference Championship berth. And this is the likely championship game in the American, and we expect there will be a lot of points scored if Tulane takes care of business tomorrow night against Charlotte and gets into that game as well. It's going to be a lot of green in the stadium too, whether it's here or not. You know, we'll wait and see. But if it's in New Orleans, they're going to be a lot of green in the stadium.
I'm saying at least 90 points scored between them both. I mean, they both are on a heater offensively.
So 3 common opponents, Army, UTSA, and these Temple Owls. North Texas is going to beat all 3. Tulane lost to UTSA, and it was a little lopsided, 48-26. So take that for what it's worth. But, you know, North Texas is going to go into that game with a lot of confidence, even if maybe on paper, you know, Tulane looks like the favorite.
And that Tulane loss was on the road at UTSA. They've won a ton of games in a row in conference games, and Tulane playing at home.
Good run. Ashton Gray. Another big play. They are not done yet. Are you kidding? Touchdown. Now hold on. There is a flag back at midfield. 59 yards for Gray, but it's coming back.
And we get Barron Tipton, a receiver.
Holding offense number 80, 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Yeah, Barron Tipton holds, is able to free Ashton Gray up on the edge, and it'll be here at the bottom of your screen.
Gray gave him a little tap on the shoulder and said, "That's all right. Good try." So Tipton all for the penalty. And now they're trying to figure out where they're going to spot it here. And it's going to be the 41-yard line.
That would have put them over 650 yards, Clay, if that would have counted. Just taking a knee now.
And now Jimerson's going to take a knee. And Temple taking some exception to North Texas, perhaps on that last play, trying to get into the end zone again. Well, you can understand it a little bit. And the officials quick to get in and mix it up, separate them. And now Casey Keeler wants to come out and make sure that he tells his players to cool their jets.
Well, same with Eric Morris. You don't want to lose a player next week in the American Championship game. So
and Keeler calling timeout, and now, you know, he wants to talk to his guys. "20 seconds to go."
Always coaching. Just who he is, making sure his players doing the right thing at the right time.
North Texas, possible college football playoff team with players no one heard of before this season. Eric Morris, I mean, he finds these diamonds in the rough, and you know, he's got a 3,000-yard passer, 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard receiver. They're going to go to the conference title game, possibly the CFP, and they have just won their 11th game of the season. That is a North Texas record. And in Eric Morris's last home game at North Texas, most likely, it's an 11-win season, 52-25 the final. I know you were impressed.
Yeah, just an impressive team all the way around, from coach to quarterback to defensive staff.
So that does it. 52-25 the final for Tori Petrie, Chase Daniel, and our entire crew. I'm Clay Matvick. Thanks for watching. Up next, college hoops, Miami and Georgetown. Here's Rich and Fran.